Nearly 6 months ago now, Resync Solar, they installed a massive solar system on my roof here. It's 25.6 kilowatts, 56 panels, and I now have more than enough power to charge 2 electric cars every day, some days 3, depending on the day, depending on the weather. But even when it's rainy and cloudy, I'm getting an insane amount of solar output, more than what we could possibly use during the daytime. So it makes sense to charge an EV here. So I've tested some different EVs using this new solar system, which is incredibly efficient. Guys, I've now had my home EV chargers for a couple of months. I've used it on a few different electric cars. I've used it on a Tesla Model 3, on my Xpeng G6. I've used it on, today, I used it on the MG4. Now, the reason is because I wanted to test how this charge would go on a range of different electric cars. And I wanted to see just how good it actually was. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Hey guys, I'm here about to test out the new Hypervolt charger. Here's the little booklet. Shows you the colors of the lights. We're going to test it on a Resync solar car. This is a new car?
This is the new car.
New one? Yeah. How did you go driving here?
Oh my gosh, I'm going to get a speeding fine.
You're going to get a speeding fine?
Yeah, it's so beautiful to drive.
That's good.
You can't even tell when you put your foot down.
Yeah.
It goes.
Yeah, good.
Bit of a left foot.
So it's a bit nicer to drive than the other ones you guys have?
Oh yeah.
The petrol powered ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that, but yeah.
Let's see where the charging port is.
On that side.
This side?
Yeah.
All the way to the back here? Okay. We'll see if the cable will reach, okay? We've got the Resync solar car here. Resync installed my solar panels on my roof here. I have 56 solar panels, and right now we have about 20 kilowatt of solar power, so we could charge probably 3 of these at once. But we've got a new charger here. This is Hypervolt's charger. It's a 7 kilowatt charger. We're going to connect it to the MG4 and see how it goes. So I think we unlock the car and we just press it. Okay, here's the charging port. It's all ready to go. Let's see if we can get the charging cable to reach. We'll try and see if it'll reach. Do you want to just come over here for a second? So the charger it looks like it's not on. I think I might not have turned it on the power. I'll just give me a second. It's blue now, so I think that means we're ready to go. This is the holder that they put it in. You push down on this little button. Just push down on that, and it pulls out. And let's see, I ordered the longest one, so they sent me the longest cable for a situation like this where you might need to go all the way around. And let's see if we can reach. Oh, I reckon we can reach. That's actually really good. All right, let's see how we go. Plugging this in. Plug straight in.
You've got to lock it.
Let's see if it says in the car that it's charging. Let's check it. Yeah, we'll see if that makes it charge. Let's check it and see if it says it in the car. Yes, it's charging. Okay, so does that mean that we can't sit in the car while it's charging? Surely not, right? Let's see if we can.
Okay.
Okay, it's on 63%. It says it's connecting. Let's see if it actually tells us that it's charging. Maybe if I try locking it while I'm sitting here. No, it just beeps. I can hear a noise. It sounds like it's charging.
It does.
Where does it tell us the charging speed? It should normally tell you, shouldn't it? All right. I don't know where to go here.
I don't know what that start button is.
Let's see if that says it.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. 234 kilometers. Battery health mode. Start charging. So in the Xpeng G6 that I've got, guys, it does this automatically. But in the MG4, I think you've got to press start charging. If the car's unlocked, right? That's what it sounds like.
Yes. It is what it sounds like.
Oh, it's saying it's locked. Maybe it's some sort of setting feature. I don't know what it's doing. Not charging. Connected, not charging. Why aren't you charging? Maximum current. Let's see if it works. We'll just do what you said before. we'll lock it. Now let's see if it changes. The MG4 is a bit of a pain, a bit of a hassle actually to get it to charge. You've got to lock it. Maybe it's in the settings, we can change that. I'm not sure. But normally when I plug this in, it just charges straight away. But in this, we had to pull the cable in and out. When we unlocked the car, it stopped charging. So it seems a bit strange. Maybe it must be a setting that we can change. Finally got to charge without the door being locked. And this is the charging screen. But it doesn't tell us what speed it's charging at, which is a bit weird. Let's just have a look at the solar over here on the roof. Can you see it? So these are the Resync solar panels. These are the black panels. I think they look better. And there's the car. A few months ago, Hypervolt installed an EV charger at my house. It's the Hypervolt Home 3 Pro. It's rated at 7.4 kilowatt, and I wanted to see how fast it would charge my EV. So this is the charger I'm using at the moment at home. It's good. It charges pretty close to the max most of the time. It's around 7 kilowatt charging. I've used it on, like I said, a few different electric cars now. You can use the app. Now, what you can do is you can set up the app. Of course, you need to connect it to your actual charger to Wi-Fi, and then what the app and the charger can do together is just charge your car when you want it to. So for example, when you're getting a lot of solar. So right now, at this moment in time, my solar roof is producing around about 17 kilowatt of electricity, meaning I could easily charge, really 2 electric cars if I wanted to and not be paying for it. That's really ideal. You don't really want to charge your car during the night time. I mean, you can, or during the evening especially. You don't want to charge it. You do not want to charge it after the sun has gone down in the evenings, because that's when electricity is expensive. So the app allows you to do that, to set it up and to be able to charge just when electricity is either free because you're producing it yourself, or when it's cheap, maybe between 12 p.m. and around about 12 p.m. at night, and then really up to about probably 5 o'clock in the daytime the following day. Really, you want to avoid charging at all costs after the sun goes down, and then between, around about 5, 6, 7 p.m., depending on the time of the year, and up to 10 p.m. That's when electricity generally is expensive. Now, there's other times when it's expensive too. Like, for example, here in Australia, our coal power plants are old and they're breaking down constantly. When they break down, electricity becomes super expensive. There's these huge spikes in electricity costs. The app can help you to not charge during those times. It's an automatic process. So that's a really cool feature. Now, one of the things I noticed is that it has all these different colors. So it shines different colors depending on its status. The main two that I found that I've noticed it is either it's not charging, and that shows you a certain color. Now, it is charging, that's green, it lights up as green, or the car is readying itself to charge, and then it'll give you this green flash. So that's another cool feature. I mean, you don't have to look at the app necessarily. You can just tell what's going on with the machine based on the color that it's flashing. And there's a little instruction booklet that shows you what I'm talking about. It's really, really simple to use. Now, do you need to use the app to use the charger? That would be a major pain in the ass. I'm not a fan of products like that. Sometimes with a certain product, you have to use an app. And if that app's not working, you're screwed. No, you don't. You can just, honestly, I've plugged it in without starting up the app, without having anything to do with the app. I had to get internet at one end of my house to actually use the app properly with the machine, with the charger. Before that, I was just using it. I didn't need to have the app at all. I didn't need to do anything. I didn't need to register anything. It just worked straight away. So that's a really, really good feature. Now, of course, it is 7.4 kilowatt. And you might have EVs that can charge faster than that. That might depend on your usage needs. You might want to buy a faster charger. But for most people, this is really all they're going to need. So there is 3 different options in terms of length. You can get a 5 meter length, 7.5 meter length, and a 10 meter length cable. I got the 10 meter version. I just think, I charged the MG4 the other day, and the MG4 had the person who from Resync Solar, they actually installed my solar system. She came up and we were having a chat. She was just checking how my solar system's going. And when she parked in the driveway, she didn't park. She parked straight in, so the charger was right at the back of the car, so back at the back, sort of the back of the driveway. But because I had the 10 meter cable length, it could easily stretch. If you've got something in the future, maybe you buy an electric ute or something like that in the future, I think it makes sense to get the longer cable, because then you've got many more options. Or if someone parks behind you and you need to charge their car as well, multiple EVs, I think the longer cable just makes the most sense. So it has solar and battery integration. It's capable of indoor and outdoor use. It is compatible with an app that actually works pretty well, and it does have load balancing as well. Now, I think one of the reasons for me that this made sense is that it is solar and battery storage compatible, and it includes battery drain prevention. So it can integrate pretty well with your solar and your battery, or potentially if you don't have solar or a battery yet, when you get that, you can integrate it with this charger. So that makes, it does make a lot of sense in that way. Now, like I said before, the app does have automated load management, which is basically what I was mentioning before. You've got power going to your home. You can essentially automate how much power you're sending to your car or to your EV. And you might want to send none, or you might want to send lots depending on what you've got. You can change the parameters in the app. So Hypervolt is actually, I believe, the most popular EV charging brand in the UK. You probably haven't heard of them because they're a new entry to the Aussie market. They were launched back in 2021 with the ambition to transform the EV charging space through a relentless focus on the customer experience, great software, and beautifully designed British hardware. Are the reviews backing up those claims? I mean, are they as good as they say they are? Actually, the reviews are really good. That's why they've sold really well. Even they're not the cheapest chargers, that's for sure. But they've sold really well because of the fact that they have the app, it works well, and the charger works well. It doesn't break down. So the reviews that I've read, and one of the reasons that I was happy to get this charger at home, was because basically customers are saying it's a really good product. If you get a product like this on Amazon, I have one. It's not great. So this is a kind of a premium type charger. So you're going to pay a bit extra for this. I think it's around $1,500 here in Australia. That's AU. However, according to Trustpilot, it's the highest rated EV charger in the industry. So Trustpilot is a pretty good source of information, I think. I mean, I'm going to guess that probably means that most people are pretty happy with it. Now, it did actually get named the Deloitte Fast 50 and EMEA Fast 500 winner, alongside Driving Electric's Home EV Charger of the Year in 2023 and 2024. So that's pretty good news. Now, there are a few other features I should mention. It has intuitive control solar charging, real-time energy metrics, scheduled charging, LED brightness control, extensive charging analytics, a device lock and unlock. So on the wall, as you can see here with me testing it, you can kind of put it into this little device on the wall, and you can lock that if you want to, so that people can't use it. So if you've got the charger on the outside of your house, and you put that little attachment on the outside of your house where it just sits there, sort of like almost like a petrol pump, right? Sits there. Then you can lock that little thing so that people can't remove it and charge their cars if you're away for a month or something like that. So if you want to have this on the outside of your house, that's a good feature. You can view the load management events, so you can view what's happening in your app, and it has home power generation data in terms of the actual power you're producing from your home. In other words, you can integrate it with your solar. So what are the pros and the cons? There are cons, of course. Like I said, it's not cheap. It's a premium product, and it comes with a premium price. It's about 1,500 Australian dollars. That's, good and bad. You're getting a good product, but you do have to pay for it. Now, the other con is probably the fact that the charging speed is limited to 7.4 kilowatts. Some people might want to charge faster than that. There are some EVs that can charge it up to 22 kilowatt. on AC charging, not very many. To be honest, you probably wouldn't want to charge your EV at 22 kilowatt because very unlikely anyone would have a solar system that's producing 22 kilowatt of power for any more than like 5 minutes. You'd have to have an enormous solar array on your house to be producing that amount of power. So you probably don't want to charge at 22 kilowatt. You might want to though. So it is possible you might want that. You might want to charge at 11 kilowatt. Some chargers can do 11. So that's really, I think, the only downside to this product. Other than that, my experience using it, as I mentioned before, is super positive. It does what it says it does. It charges well. I've had it for a few months. I've tried it with different electric cars. There has been, the MG4 was a bit of a problem car. It took a while for us to get the charger started straight away, but the car didn't want to accept the charge. I don't know why. So the MG4, we had to lock the car for it to start charging. Then when we'd unlock it, it stopped charging. We messed around with the MG4 for a while, but it was a bit of a pain in the ass. The MG4 is probably the worst car that I've actually tested in terms of getting the car to charge. I've had no problems with lots of other EVs. Yeah, so just worth keeping that in mind with if you're going to buy an MG4. Good car, good value, but there are some potential downsides to buying a very, very cheap electric car. So the charger for me, been great.
Hey guys, I'm just putting a charger on now. There's my EV charger. There's the solar inverter. So it's still daylight today, so I'm going to charge the scooter using solar from the roof. Here is the plug. Pretty simple. You just plug that straight into the wall, and then so it's here we go. Showing how much charge it has. You can see it's actually mostly charged already. Apparently around 4 hours to charge. It's pretty quick.
I'm very happy with it. The 10 meter cable for me is definitely the good decision. I'm glad that I went with the 10 meter long cable. And all in all, the fact that I can integrate with my solar system, that's the big deal here. Being able to schedule charging, so I'm not paying for charging. Why the hell would I want to pay for it when I don't actually have to? So having it use my solar during the day is, for me, the biggest reason why I bought this charger.